Have you ever wondered why some games fade from memory within a week, while others stay with us for a lifetime? Why among hundreds of releases there's always that one title you can name in the middle of the night without a second of hesitation? A truly great game isn't just graphics, genre, or budget. It's an experience you live through. And today, I'll talk about games that genuinely earned the right to be unforgettable. Let's begin with Ryse of the Tomb Raider, a game that became a symbol of the technological leap of the mid-2000s. The hype wave started long before release. The temporary Xbox exclusivity caused a real storm. Some players waited for Lara on PlayStation, others rushed to buy the console just to see that stunning image promised in the trailers. And surprisingly, the game fully lived up to the expectations. The graphics felt unbelievable at the time. In 2015, this was true next-gen. Dynamic weather, realistic textures, dense visual effects, and environments that felt alive. Snowy mountains, the scorching Middle East, hidden tombs, ancient catacombs. The contrast between locations kept the gameplay fresh every single minute. And even today, Ryse of the Tomb Raider still looks impressive. No wonder it was used for years as a benchmark for testing video cards. This game is a perfect example of what an adventure action title should be. Rich, visually stunning, cinematic, and captivating from the very first frame. The next game is Ryse, Son of Rome, one of the most talked about releases of 2014. Yes, its combat system isn't the deepest, but Ryse wins in other ways, with atmosphere, direction, and a level of craftsmanship that's rare today. It's the kind of game you launch, just for an hour, and suddenly you're watching the final credits after a nearly non-stop session. That's exactly what happened to me. I finished it in 7 hours and realized I had bought a hidden masterpiece. The staging of battles is on the level of a Hollywood production. Many compare the game to Gladiator, and the comparison is absolutely deserved. Every fight feels like a small cinematic scene, carefully framed, filled with stylish executions, perfect pacing, and a strong dramatic tone. And the story of Marius Titus, a Roman soldier forced to walk the path from a simple warrior to a legend, is told emotionally and without unnecessary filler. Visually, Ryse remains impressive even today. Facial animations, lighting, textures, the sense of scale, everything looks top tier. Even if the game were released now, in 2025, it would still hold up visually. Especially considering that you can buy it for next to nothing. Cheaper than a snack at a cafeteria. And that's what shocks the most. A game that looks like a big-budget blockbuster costs less than most indie titles. Ryse is a short but extremely intense experience that every fan of historical adventures, gladiator-style action, and high-quality single-player storytelling should absolutely try. And now, a project that was essentially reborn. The Elder Scrolls IV, Oblivion Remastered is a game many of us played as kids, but now it finally looks the way we always imagined it. Back then, the graphics were rendered by our imagination. Today they're powered by a hybrid engine. The original Oblivion tech combined with modern Unreal Engine 5. This brilliant approach preserved the atmosphere of 2006 while giving the game an entirely new visual tier. Forests, cities, Daedric realms, everything is brighter, deeper, more detailed. Lighting is perfect, shadows are soft, and environments look like they belong to a brand new game, not a remaster of an old classic. And yet the heart of Oblivion is untouched. The signature style, the living world, the freedom of choice, the beloved characters, and that unique RPG magic no other project has ever managed to replicate. Yes, the remaster isn't flawless. There are small issues with optimization, and mod support is missing. But honestly bro, that's only a matter of time. The game is freshly released, and it's already clear the team put in massive effort. The core mission of the remaster is fulfilled perfectly. Preserve the soul of the original while giving it a new life. It's one of those rare moments when developers truly understand what fans want. And to be honest, for the first time in years, I feel confident about the future of the series. If The Elder Scrolls VI follows this direction, we're in for something extraordinary. Uncharted 4 is one of those rare games that feels less like a product and more like a luxurious adventure movie. Only fully interactive. Not a single cent spent on it ever feels wasted. This is what it means for a studio to pour its soul into a project. A strong story, real characters, cinematic set pieces, polished gameplay. Everything here is crafted as if the sole goal was to leave a mark on the genre's history. The contrast of locations is stunning. Snowy Scotland, the warm and vibrant landscapes of Madagascar, every scene looks like a postcard come to life. The detailing, the colors, the lighting, the smooth animations. All of it is built with love and mastery. The optimization is flawless as well. The game runs beautifully and delights the eye in every frame. No exaggeration, this is a genuine work of art, not just an action-adventure game. The story hooks you from the very first minutes. Nathan's relationships, family themes, emotions, dilemmas, choices. Everything is presented so delicately that the aftertaste stays with you long after the credits. It feels like you watched an expensive Hollywood blockbuster, but lived through it yourself. Every chapter is an emotion, every chase is adrenaline, every discovery is a small celebration of exploration. People once bought a PlayStation 4 solely for this game, and they were absolutely right. Uncharted 4 is rightfully considered the gold standard of adventure blockbusters. And even if it seems like everyone has already played it, bro, if somehow you still haven't, you must fix that. This is one of those games you never forget. Disco Elysium is not just a game. It's a piece of literature woven into RPG mechanics, a project that raises the bar for writing so high that most other games look like school essays next to it. It's the first game where failed checks don't frustrate you. They open new paths, new storylines, new angles of perception. Here, failure isn't a setback. It's a different direction, a new layer of truth. The dialogues branch out to insane levels. You can shape absolutely any kind of character. A cynic, a philosopher, a clown, a neurotic, an idealist, or a broken alcoholic. And the most brilliant part, the game remembers everything. It comments on your tone, your beliefs, your weaknesses, your impulses, even your inner thoughts. It mocks you, scolds you, challenges you, and pushes you toward decisions that reflect who you are. It feels like you're arguing not with NPCs, but with yourself. The world of Disco Elysium is soaked in depression, absurdity, and genius. It was created by a man going through a dark period of his life, and you feel it in every scene, every conversation, every corner of Revacol. The atmosphere presses on you, fascinates you, moves you, and pulls you in like a book you simply cannot put down. The gameplay isn't built around action, but around choice, words, and roleplay. Yet the items you pick up and the decisions you make often influence the story more deeply than legendary weapons in cyberpunk RPGs. Disco Elysium is a pure RPG in every sense. Nothing is imposed, nothing is simplified, nothing is moralized. The game forces you to think. And that's exactly why everyone who values depth should experience it. Each of the projects I've talked about is unique in its own way. Rise of the Tomb Raider impresses with scale and technology. Ryse, Son of Rome stuns with its cinematic presentation and emotion. The Oblivion remaster proves that classics can live forever. Uncharted 4 reminds us that games can evoke feelings no worse than cinema. Disco Elysium shows that text itself can be a weapon. And Horizon Zero Dawn reveals a world where the past and the future collide face to face. But there's one idea that connects all these games. The best game isn't the one with the craziest graphics or the biggest budget. The best game is the one that leaves a mark. The one that stays alive in your memory for years. The one you can retell as if it's your own story. The one that touches your heart, not just your eyes. We live in an era where more games release than we can possibly play. The industry is overloaded with effects, services, patches, and endless Game of the Year contenders. Yet among all this noise, the special ones still appear. The games built with soul. The games where you feel the time, effort, talent, and the creator's desire to say something meaningful. And those are the games that become favorites. Not because they're loud, not because they're trendy, but because they're honest and made with warmth. If even one game from this list becomes that game for you, then my work wasn't in vain. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. And most importantly, don't forget to enjoy every new world you step into. See you in the next adventure.